What if I told you one family quietly owns Canada's media, controls billions, and shapes the country's future, all while staying completely under the radar? From humble beginnings, they built a vast media empire worth tens of billions, controlling major outlets and key communications companies. This is the story behind their staggering power and secrecy. Desmarais family. The Desmarais family is a pillar of Canadian financial power, with a legacy rooted in strategic acquisitions and political connections. Their empire began with Paul Desmarais Sr. taking control of the Power Corporation of Canada in 1968, transforming it into a diverse financial conglomerate. The family's wealth is deeply tied to major institutions like Great-West Life and IGM Financial, providing significant influence over insurance and investment sectors. They also ventured into fintech, holding sizable stakes in platforms such as Wealthsimple, marking their adaptability to modern financial trends. Political influence is a hallmark, as family members have cultivated close relationships with multiple prime ministers, enhancing their role in shaping Canadian policy. The Desmarais also serve as key patrons of the arts and education, injecting millions into cultural institutions. Weston family. The Weston family has shaped the daily lives of Canadians through their dominance of food retail and consumer goods. The dynasty began when George Weston started a bakery in the late 19th century, growing into one of the largest food industries globally. Their flagship company, Loblaw Companies, revolutionized grocery shopping with innovations like store brands, notably President's Choice and No Name, that challenged traditional product lines and won consumer loyalty. Expanding beyond groceries, the Westons acquired Shoppers Drug Mart, broadening their retail footprint to pharmaceuticals and health products. The family is known for strategic maneuvers such as acquiring competitors and managing a complex portfolio of brands across North America and the UK. A deep commitment to philanthropy channels millions into health, education, and community programs, underscoring their long-term vision beyond profit. The Westons exemplify how a family can evolve from a single bakery to a retail empire impacting countless Canadians every day. Irving family. The Irving family controls one of the most locally concentrated yet economically vast empires in Atlantic Canada. Emerging from humble beginnings, K.C. Irving pioneered a strategy of vertical integration, building interconnected businesses that encompassed oil, gas, forestry, shipbuilding, and transportation. The family's dominance stretches from owning Canada's largest oil refinery through Irving Oil to a sprawling forestry and paper conglomerate via J.D. Irving Limited. This multi-industry approach has made them the region's largest private employer and a major landowner. Their media holdings once gave them near-complete control over English-language newspapers in New Brunswick, though this has shifted recently. The Irvings invoke both admiration for their economic contributions and criticism over environmental and political influence. Philanthropy is a significant part of their identity, especially in funding healthcare and education initiatives regionally. Bronfman family. The Bronfman family traces its wealth to the liquor business, starting in the late 19th century with Samuel Bronfman capitalizing on complex markets during U.S. Prohibition. Establishing Seagram as a preeminent global liquor producer, they built iconic brands including Crown Royal and Chivas Regal. The family's business acumen extended to acquiring aged stock and controlling supply chains, ensuring market dominance. A bold diversification effort in the 1990s shifted the family into entertainment, acquiring companies like MCA and Universal Studios, though this risky pivot resulted in major financial setbacks. Nevertheless, their fortune remained substantial through diversified investments in sectors like real estate, technology, and finance. The Bronfmans are acclaimed philanthropists, significantly supporting universities, hospitals, and Jewish cultural causes worldwide. Their narrative embodies both the heights achievable with savvy entrepreneurship and the risks even the most powerful families face when venturing beyond their core industries. McCain family. The McCain family revolutionized the global frozen food industry, beginning in 1957 with the founding of McCain Foods in New Brunswick. Identifying the potential of frozen potatoes, the brothers, Harrison, Wallace, Robert, and Andrew, developed innovative production and distribution systems that made frozen French fries a household staple worldwide. Their commitment to quality and convenience propelled McCain Foods to become the world's largest producer of frozen potato products, with operations spanning over 160 countries. The company remains privately held, preserving family control and enabling long-term growth strategies free from public market pressures. The McCains are notable employers in rural Canada and have invested heavily in community philanthropy, particularly in their home province. The saga of the McCain family emphasizes the power of a simple idea combined with relentless global expansion and smart governance, creating lasting economic and social impact across generations. Saputo family. Originating from Sicilian roots, the Saputo family started their dairy empire in Montreal in 1954, with Lino Saputo Sr. crafting artisanal cheeses for a growing ethnic community. Their success grew from quality craftsmanship and a focus on fresh mozzarella and ricotta, which established a loyal customer base. With strategic acquisitions in Canada and abroad, Saputo Inc. morphed into one of the world's top 10 dairy processors, expanding significantly into the US, Australia, Argentina, and the United Kingdom. The Saputo family has remained actively involved in managing the company through successive generations, ensuring family leadership and vision guide the operation. Beyond business, they contribute extensively to philanthropic initiatives in healthcare and sports, with the Saputo Stadium in Montreal symbolizing their community commitment. Their story is one of hard work, quality focus, and strategic growth, making them a pivotal name in the global dairy industry. Morgan family. The Morgan family played a foundational role in Canadian retail history with the establishment of Morgan's department store in Montreal in 1845, the country's first grand department store. Henry Morgan introduced a new style of shopping focused on elegance, luxury, and customer experience, turning his store into a revered Montreal institution. Beyond retail, the family expanded into real estate, owning prime commercial properties and developing some of the earliest suburban shopping centers in Canada. In 1960, Morgans sold their entire retail chain to the Hudson's Bay Company, acquiring a significant stock position and thus retaining influence in Canadian commerce. While later generations struggled to maintain their business empire, the family left a lasting imprint on retail innovation and urban development. Molson family. The Molson family represents one of Canada's longest-standing dynasties, beginning with John Molson founding a brewery on the St. Lawrence River in Montreal in 1786. From origins in brewing, the family quickly expanded into transportation, banking, and real estate, John Molson owning the nation's first railway and pioneering steamship travel. Over centuries, Molson evolved from a local brewer into a global powerhouse, culminating in the 2005 merger forming Molson Coors Beverage Company, a key player in the international beverage market. The Molson family's influence transcends business. They are deeply woven into Canadian culture through their long-standing ownership in the Montreal Canadiens hockey team. Their philanthropic arm donates millions annually to healthcare, education, and the arts. The Molsons exemplify enduring entrepreneurship, diversification, and national pride, sustaining their legacy as iconic Canadian business leaders. Richardson family. The Richardson family traces its origins to the 1857 grain trading business founded by James Richardson in Kingston, Ontario. The family quickly expanded westward with the growth of Canadian agriculture, establishing a vast network of grain elevators and trading platforms across the prairies, and helping found the Winnipeg Grain Exchange. The family's core expertise in agriculture expanded into financial services, oil and gas, and commercial real estate, creating a well-diversified and resilient private empire. Their approach is characterized by long-term private ownership and a preference for low-profile business management. The Richardsons have been essential supporters of local communities, particularly in Winnipeg, contributing generously to healthcare and the arts. Thompson family. The Thompson family represents the epitome of old money discretion combined with immense media influence. Founded by Roy Thomson during the Great Depression with just a single radio station and newspaper, the family grew into a formidable media empire. The cornerstone is Thomson Reuters, a global leader in delivering specialized financial data and news, which transformed their traditional print media holdings into a technology-driven powerhouse. Their influence extends to ownership stakes in major Canadian companies, including Bell Canada and the national newspaper The Globe and Mail. Throughout their history, the Thompsons have maintained a markedly private profile, rarely stepping into the limelight, which contrasts with the size of their empire. Their philanthropic efforts focus largely on the arts, highlighted by generous donations to galleries and museums. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by Canada's hidden dynasties, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more untold stories. Let me know which family you want to see next in the comments. Until then, keep questioning who really holds the power.